Hey everybody, welcome to Always Bored, Never Boring. Today we are going to be taking a look at issue 31 of Warhammer 40,000 Conquest magazine. Now, if you don't know what Warhammer 40,000 Conquest is, where the heck have you been? It's a Partworks magazine from Hachette Publishing in association with Games Workshop. It comes out weekly and is priced at $7.99. Each issue you get a magazine which has got background fluff about the universe, and then you also get some painting guides and assembly guides, and it teaches you how to play the game. And on the cover of the magazine you always get some Games Workshop products. You will either get miniatures, or in the case of this particular issue you get hobby supplies, paints and brushes. Because I am a subscriber, I get my magazines in a batch. Once a month I get 4 issues in the post in one go. And this is the first issue of my most recent batch. Like I say, it comes with paints and a brush. The paints in question are, you get 1 pot of Celestra Grey, which is a new paint. Not a new paint, but it's a new paint to Conquest subscribers, and you get a pot of Death Guard Green, which is a paint that has been provided in the previous issue as well. So this is kind of like a top-up, because you're going to have been using a lot of Death Guard Green painting your Death Guard miniatures that come with this particular magazine. And then this is Celestra Grey, which obviously they're going to be adding it into... What is that? What is that? Something stuck on the label. Excuse me. Yeah, and then we've got Celestra Grey, which is a paint that they're just introducing, and they will be introducing that into the painting guides, because what this magazine does is the painting guides take you as far as they can with the paints that they provided up to that point, and then it says, when you get the next colour, we'll come back, we'll revisit these models, and you can add the next bit. So that's what we're going to be getting with this particular issue. We're going to be getting a chance to go back to previous models and add on the Celestra Grey. In addition to the 2 pots of paint, you also get a medium layer brush. So, like that. And that's pretty cool. It's always good to get brushes and paints. I always prefer to get... the way the magazine is working, it's working as an introduction to the hobby. And they're trying to make it so that they always provide you with the things you need as you go, which is why in previous issues they have done restocks. They did a restock of Abaddon Black recently, and obviously they're restocking Death Guard Green because they're assuming you're going to be running low. Personally, I would rather see them introduce a different paint and talk about how to use that paint rather than restocking, because I think once you've shown someone a paint and you've shown them what they need, it's easy enough for them to go out to any store that has Games Workshop products and just pick up another pot of the paint. So I appreciate what they're doing. They're trying to make sure that you don't run out of any of the things you need as you're going through the magazine, and that does make sense. But I do feel that by the time you're 30 issues into the magazine, you know enough to know that if you need more Death Guard Green, you can easily go out and pick up another pot of it. And I would rather have seen a different colour that they could then talk about how to integrate that into your paint schemes, which obviously they will do with the Celestra Grey. But overall, the cover value of the products, if you were to buy these products from Games Workshop, Death Guard Green and Celestra Grey, they're £2.75 a pot, and a medium layer brush is £4.75. So the total value of the products, if you were to go into Games Workshop today and buy them off the shelf, that's £10.25. Obviously, the value of the cover price of the magazine is $7.99. So, looking at the difference there, you are making a small saving. It's £2.26. So, there is a small savings involved over buying these at retail, which is good. But also, of course, you get the magazine. Here is the magazine. So like I say, normally the way this magazine works is you get a fluff section, then you get a section on building your new miniatures if they've been provided, then you get a section on painting those new miniatures, and then you get any new rules that you need to use those miniatures in your games, and then you usually get a scenario at the end. It's a pretty standardized format. Of course, with no new miniatures coming in this issue, we're not going to be seeing any assembly instructions, but we will see a lot more painting stuff to talk about how to introduce that Celestra Grey. So what have we got? Like I say, we start with the fluff section. Here we have a Reboot Gilliman. There he is, looking all flamey-eyed and angry. So yeah, we've got a little bit on him. And then we've got some background on a brotherhood at war. A little bit of that. The pages, by the way, are designed to come out. They go into binders, which is why they are hole punched here, and why just turning the pages can sometimes cause that to happen. And then we've got a little bit on Dark Angels over here. And this is quite a good thing about the magazine, is that even though it is focusing mainly on Ultramarines versus Death Guard and all of the products you're getting, they give you colour schemes for painting the Space Marines as Ultramarines, and obviously you get the Death Guard. The background fluff does cover other chapters, and it does cover other worlds and things. So there's quite a lot of background information in these magazines, and of course cool artwork that will put you off your dinner as we talk about the Plague Legions. And then the Septicus Legion, who were they were involved in the battle for Ultramar, weren't they? Yes, they were. Look, they penetrated deep into Ultramar and participated in the fighting that culminated on Ajax. And it talks about the different legions involved. And then here we go. We are into the painting section, and the painting tutorials in this magazine have been good. Overall, I'm really impressed with the way they do it. They break everything down nice and clearly. They use massive pictures. They go through things step by step. But I have felt that as we've gone on through the magazine, I feel they've missed opportunities to talk about other concepts related to painting. I've said in previous issues they could have mentioned about when they introduced vehicles, they could have introduced the concept of using transfers. One of the previous painting guides painted some ruins up that they looked basically immaculate when they were finished. It was a nice clean paint job. It didn't look bad, but it didn't look like ruins, and I thought there could have been an opportunity to talk about distressed paintwork and making things look chipped and damaged, but they haven't done that at all. They're focusing very much on getting good, clean, quality paint jobs down on the miniatures. And I don't think we're going to be seeing that change with the introduction of Celestial Grey. It's just going to be going back to painting in the smoke, the fumes and things on the Death Guard. So you can see on Lord Felthius there and the Tainted Cohort. Yeah, they're basically just painting in the smoke. And then little bits on the Redemptor Dreadnought and the Chaos Rhino. Basically just painting in the glass on the lights there. Oh, that's going to be a pain. That's a nightmare to do that. To go and try and paint in the little sections inside the little cross hatch pattern on those sort of lights. Always a nightmare. Hate doing that. You're probably gonna have to do some touch up work when that's finished. And then we're talking about adding Death Guard details, and we're going back to Rakarth Flesh and Agrax Earthshade again. Interesting. I'm not sure why we've moved away from Celestra Grey already, but there we go. This is going back to previous miniatures from previous painting guides. And yeah, just looking at putting Rakarth Flesh and Agrax Earthshade onto the cohort and things like that. So obviously just catching up on some painting steps that they hadn't got round to. And then we've got this this image of the cohort as they should look at the moment, and you can see that it's pretty, it's nice, clean, bold paint jobs. They're not finished, but they're very much tabletop quality. No one is going to look at your army there and go, "You've not done good work." Because if you follow these painting guides, you're ready to. Even people who insist that you play painted are going to be happy with that. And they do the front and back views, so you don't miss anything. And we're still going. Death Guard details. Putting details on the Poxwalkers. And again, images of the front and back. all in their blue Hulk pants. And then we've got Ultramarines Advance. This is a new mission. Obviously, it's got no new units or anything to introduce because there were no miniatures with this particular issue. So this is going to be just a different type of mission to have a go at. What have we got? Captain Acheron and his Ultramarines are about to launch a major offensive. To do so, they will need to clear their remaining Death Guard from the ruins of the northern Hab zones. Unfortunately for the Space Marines, Lord Felthius has arrived and is keen to stop this happening. Each player deploys in the zone shown to the right. Victory conditions are at the end of the game. Each of the objective areas highlighted in red is worth 2 victory points. Each player earns 1 victory point if they control their deployment zone. They earn 3 victory points if they control their enemies. Game lasts 4 battle rounds. It's just take and hold. Yeah, get your units onto objectives, hold onto them until the end of the game, score some victory points. Pretty standard stuff, but it's nice to have, you know, a mission in every magazine, so that every time, if you're buying this weekly, it's nice that every week you've got a new mission to have a go at, a new mission to try. But anyway, what I will do, as I always do, we will have a quick look at what is coming up next. We have got, dun dun dun, the next issue has a Primaris Apothecary. Detailed miniature, very nice miniature, very expensive miniature, so that's a really good issue. The issue after that, issue 33, we will be seeing new pipes. This is the when I saw the preview image of everything that was going to be coming in the magazines way back when I subscribed, I thought these were the pipes I already have, but they are not. These are thermic pipes. They have like the little removable batteries and things. I don't have this particular set of pipes, but they are compatible with the pipes I already do have, so that's cool. So you get a set of those. But anyway, we will talk about that another time. For now, what I do at the end of every single one of these issues is I put up a running total of prices, and what that is, it's the price of subscribing to the magazine at obviously $7.99 a week, so everything you would have paid up to this point, versus the price of if you were to buy everything you've got with the magazine, all of the miniatures, paints and brushes at retail. And it's just to do a little comparison. Obviously it doesn't take into account certain things. For example, you may be able to go online and get your products maybe as much as 20% cheaper. That's not taken into account here because I'm just using the Games Workshop retail prices. The other thing, of course, is I don't take into account the value of the magazine itself. That is sort of an additional value on top of what you're paying for the cover products, and that value will vary based on how much you use the painting guides, how much you use the tutorials, and what you think of everything else about the particular magazine. But anyway, that is it for me for now. I will be back very soon. Thank you for watching. Please leave your comments and queries below if you have any, and I will see you all again very soon. Bye bye everyone. Bye bye.